The well-known overclocker overclocked the budget Core i5-12400 to 5.2 GHz and outperformed the Core i9-12900K in games. For more than a decade, Intel has been following the usual logic of releasing processors. First, there are flagships equipped with high clock speeds and an unlocked multiplier. This allows enthusiasts to squeeze a little more out of them, overclocking them with advanced coolers, liquid cooling systems, and even liquid nitrogen. At the same time, motherboards on the flagship chipset go on sale, and all this allows you to skim the cream, as they say. Intel sells only such processors for several months, and then the turn comes to mass, deprived of the possibility of overclocking. So it was for a very long time, until the time of change came. As part of the 12th generation, a curious feature has appeared that allows you to overclock any processors at all, which was used by the well-known enthusiast Darrell Hour. He got an inexpensive Core i5-12400 Pebble, and then managed to overclock it to an incredible 5.2 GHz by manipulating the bus speed. Overclocker explains that this feature is actually only available on the Z690 chipset. Not all motherboard manufacturers implement something like this at all, so I had to work hard to find a board with BCLK support. Curiously, the command in the BIOS is activated only after installing a processor with a locked multiplier. If you want to do something similar, watch the video below, and we will briefly describe the technique. After activating the function, you need to enable the XMP2 profile, and then raise the clock speed on the bus. It should be borne in mind that this is one of the most linear overclocking methods, so you need to carefully monitor the clock frequency of other components. So, you will have to immediately lower the clock frequency of DDR5 RAM and cache. They should be at the recommended levels, so watch carefully. You can't do without increasing the voltage, so approach the process with all your attention. You can try setting exactly the same parameters as the overclocker. But not all Core i5-12400 processors are capable of overclocking to 5 GHz. As for the test sample, it warmed up to 96 degrees with a TDP of up to 138 watts. After a run in synthetic programs, it became clear that the budget 6-core is capable of more. In Cinebench 20, it showed plus 33 percentage points, and in real games it easily bypassed the more expensive 16-core Core i9-12900K. It should be understood that on the way to overclocking there is a need to buy an expensive motherboard. In addition, you will need a powerful cooler. And even if it doesn't exactly resemble the classic overclocking that we've been used to lately, this is exactly the way the first overclockers went. They saved on small things, proving that it is not necessary to buy the most expensive processors, because there is always another way.